Hello students, this is the video which I am making for atoms chapter. What are the expected questions can be given in the chapter name atoms is the questions will be asked from 5 marks as well as 1 marks. We are expecting questions which are being asked for 1 marks as well as 5 marks. So I am taking some important questions in this video which can be asked for 5 marks as well as 1 mark. So first these are the expected questions which I am dealing repeatedly telling that. But you must know at least these type of questions completely, whichever we are solving, whatever we are sending the videos, at least you must know these questions for coming exam 2020 to 21 PU second board exam. Okay. So first one of the important question I have taken from model question paper from the chapter atoms. So using Bohr's postulate, obtain the expression for radius of nth orbit electron in the hydrogen atom. See, when you deal with the chapter atoms, you will get some very important derivations. Among them, one is the radius of nth orbit electron in hydrogen atom. Okay, so I will solve this such that you must also know how it can be solved. Okay. So this is the question. I am finding out the expression for radius of nth orbit electron in hydrogen atom. I am finding what are the radius of the orbits. Okay. So let me take here. This was the question. What is that? Expression for radius of nth orbit. Radius of nth orbit. Okay, expression for radius of nth orbit. Now, first of all, what you have to do is in this derivation, we'll take the structure of an atom. Okay, I am making the structure of an atom. So this is, let us take one small plus Ze and this plus Ze is the nucleus of this atom. Plus Ze is the nucleus of this atom, and this is the one of the orbit. Let's say this orbit has got from center radius r. Okay, this orbit has got a center from this radius r, and here we have one electron which is having mass m and charge minus e. Here we are having one electron having charge m and minus e. I believe this Ze, I am going to write it properly. This is plus Ze. Okay, I am taking from the center the radius. I believe you can understand this. Okay, and let's say this electron is revolving with initial velocity v. Okay, not initial velocity, sorry, tangential velocity v. Now this is the complete structure of the diagram. After this, what we are going to do is, see, if electron, what is the cause of electron? You have to think. What is the cause of electron? Cause of electron is, what is the force? I mean, what is the force acting on the electron? What is the force? Why the electron is moving in a circular path? Any body which is moving with a circular path, it must have a centripetal acceleration. Okay, it must have a centripetal acceleration. That is Fc. Okay. Now, who is causing that centripetal acceleration? Electrostatic force. The attraction, since electron is a negative charge, nucleus is a positive charge. Since that electron has some velocity which is perpendicular to nucleus, so that electron is making a circular path because of the attraction force. What is the cause of that attraction force? Electrostatic force. Are you understanding? Electrostatic force. So I can say that the centripetal force is due to electrostatic force. Are you getting that? Because electron is making a circular path, it must have a centripetal force. electron must have a centripetal force. That electron centripetal force is due to electrostatic force. Are you getting that? So I can write, we know that Fc will be equal to Fe. This is the first statement you have to write. Fc is equal to Fe, where Fc is centripetal force, Fe is electrostatic force. From this, what is Fc? Mass of the electron into square of the tangential velocity divided by r square. Are you getting that? Divided by r square. Got it now? So this will be equal to, what is that? Electrostatic force 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, okay, into what is the charge? Ze into E, that is Ze square divided by what is the distance between this nucleus and electron? It is r square. Are you getting that? This is the next step. After that, what you do is that, see, you have to write with every elaboration what I said before. Then what you have to do is, this is not r square, sorry, this has to be r. This is not r square, it has to be r. So here r is getting cancelled, 1r is remaining. Is there anything which is getting cancelled? No. So I can write the v square value. Here I can write v square is equal to Ze square divided by 4 pi epsilon naught m into r. This is, let us keep this as equation 1. Are you getting that? Let us keep this as equation number 1. So this is one equation which we are drawing. What is my target? My target is finding out radius in terms of length. Here I could have made a formula, r is equal to Ze square divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into v. But v is also depending on n. I need to bring up the relation of r in terms of n. Okay, that is nth orbit. That's why this is not our formula. Okay, again from, I can write from Bohr's postulate, I can write that mvr is equal to nh by 2 pi. Okay, nh by 2 pi. So what I'm going to make over one mathematical trick. I will square this equation, squaring on both sides. I will square this equation on both sides. Let me see what I am going to get. Squaring on this both sides, what I am going to get? I am going to get m square v square r square is equal to n square h square divided by 4 pi square. Are you getting that? Or I can write v square, or I can write what? I can write here v square is equal to n square h square divided by 4 pi square 4 pi square, then m square into r square. Let us take this equation as 2. Let us take this equation as 2. Are you getting that? V square n square h square, v square n square h square divided by 4 pi square m square r square. Are you getting that? So from equation 1 and 2, if I rub this side, I am going to rub this side. I believe you can understand. Okay, if I rub this side, what I am going to get is from equation 1 and 2. From equation 1 and 2, what I am going to get? See, this is v square is equal to z square by 4 pi epsilon naught m into r. V square is equal to n square h square divided by 4 pi square m square r square. I will equate them. What you are going to get? You are going to get z square divided by 4 pi epsilon naught m into r will be equal to n square h square divided by 4 pi square into m square r square. Okay, this is what you are going to get. Here let's see what are the things getting cancelled. M is remaining, 1r is getting cancelled, 1r is remaining, pi is getting cancelled, 1 pi is remaining, 4 is getting cancelled. Is there anything? Then find out r. See here, I can write r. If I take this side, I will get m square h square divided by pi m z square. Are you getting that? This is the equation which I am going to get. Are you getting that, everybody? So this is the expression which you need to be writing in the exam. Then for hydrogen atom, this is an nth orbit. You can say this is for nth orbit. Okay, this is for nth orbit. Last, for hydrogen atom, you know z value is equal to 1. Z value is equal to 1. So r n z value is equal to 1. So you will get r is equal to n square h square divided by pi into m into z square. So this is an equation for hydrogen atom. This much you need to write. If you write this much with the elaboration, with the English sentence, whatever, consider an structure of an electron of radius r, one orbit, everything, where let m is the mass, where n is the principal quantum number, that is radius of the nth orbit, h is the, what is that, Planck's constant, pi you know, m is the mass of the electron, z is the atomic number of the atom, E square, E is the charge of an electron. So you have to mention all these denotions. These denotions will be known by everybody. That's why I have not mentioned it. So this is one derivation. Okay. Next. So we have got one more question. Using Bohr's postulate, obtain the expression for total energy of electron in hydrogen atom. Are you getting that? Using Bohr's postulate, obtain the expression for total energy of electron in hydrogen atom. Okay, so using Bohr's postulate, obtain the expression for total energy of electron. This is one of most expected questions which is there in the model paper. So try to find some shortcuts to remember these derivations. Okay. So same structure of an atom I am going to draw here. Let me take one structure of an atom. Okay, I think this is not looks like a circle. Let me take this. Okay, let us take, there is a nucleus here. From this nucleus there is a, what is that? This is Ze plus Ze, okay, radius r, and let's say one electron, some same diagram. This is velocity v. One electron is being placed at this point, one electron is being placed at this point, having mass m and minus e charge. Okay, the same diagram. The nucleus has a charge of how much? Let me write, it looks very, this is the radius from the center, this has got plus Ze, let me write here better, it has got plus Ze. Okay, now one thing, what I am going to find is energy of an electron of nth orbit. I am just trying to find the total energy of an electron. There will be, since it is making a revolution, the electron must have certain energy. That energy for different orbits. All the orbits don't have the same energy. Okay, it depends. So I am going to find the relation between that energy and nth orbit. So first you must know what you mean by total energy of electron. When I say total energy of an electron, I am talking about kinetic energy and potential energy of these electrons. The electrons has got potential energy as well as kinetic energy. Usually I am talking total energy means mechanical energy of an electron. The electron is having a motion with a circular path, and since it is moving with a circular path, it must have certain kinetic energy, and since there is attraction force between the nucleus and the electron, there has to have potential energy. So I am talking about these two things. Okay. So to find total energy, I must find for an nth orbit what is the potential energy and what is the kinetic energy. If I sum them, that is the total energy of an electron. Okay, these are the things. So for that, first what I am going to do is I am going to find the expression. So we know here there is a centripetal force for an electron, Fc. Who is that centripetal force? Who is causing that centripetal force? Fc. Who is causing that centripetal force? The centripetal force towards center is caused by electrostatic force. Okay. So let me write. First you have to write what? You have to write first as expression for kinetic energy. Kinetic energy. I am finding expression for kinetic energy. So again same relation will take. We know that centripetal force is equal to electrostatic force. What is centripetal force? We have mv square by r. Okay, mv square by r will be equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into z square divided by r square. Yes or no? R square. And we know we can cancel r here. Here one r is remaining. So I can write, let me write here. I can write here, what I can write? mv square is equal to z square divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into 1 by r. Why I am making this? Because I want the value of kinetic energy, which is half mv square. Okay, to happen that half mv square, what I can do, I want the relation of energy and nth. Here do we have here any n value? We don't have any n value here, but I know radius is depending on n. Okay, so I am going to substitute the formula for n r as n. How I am going to do? Let's see here. Okay, I can write this equation as, if I multiply here half, what is the thing which is going to happen? I will get half mv square, which will be equal to z square divided by 8 pi epsilon naught. Okay, into 1 by r. R means what we know? I can write this one into pi into m into z square divided by epsilon naught n square h square. Are you getting that? Why can I write like that? Because r is equal to, what is that? Epsilon naught n square h square divided by epsilon naught n square h square divided by, sorry, I think you can't see that. I will not use here. Better I am going to write here, because I can write r is equal to what? Epsilon naught n square h square divided by, what I can write? Pi m into z square. Are you getting that? Pi m into z square. I can write like this. So, sorry. since from this relation I have written here 1 by r can be written like this. 1 by r can be written like this. So I can write here next step. What is this half mv square? This is nothing but k. Let us take k. So kinetic energy will be equal to, here what are the things I can cancel? Let's see. Is there anything which I can cancel? There is nothing which can be cancelled. So one thing I can do, what is that? I will write directly the relation. What is that? This will become z square m into e to the power of 4 divided by 8 into one thing I can cancel. What is that? Pi I can cancel here. Pi can be cancelled. So I can write 8 into epsilon naught square into n square into h square. Are you getting that? N square into h square. So this is kinetic energy. Let us keep this as equation 1. Okay, let us keep this as equation 1. This is the kinetic energy of value in terms of n. Are you getting that? I am going to rub here. I will find next what is our target? To find potential energy. Okay, to find what? Potential energy. So I am going to rub this now. I am going to find a potential energy. Okay. Second step, then what you do? Write down expression for potential energy. Expression for potential energy. Okay. Expression for potential energy, how to find? From the electrostatics chapter. You know potential energy is given by 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q1 into q2 divided by r. So no, in this case what is q1 from the diagram? It will become ze square into minus e, or not ze into minus e divided by r. Are you reading that? Divided by r. That is what it was supposed to be. So from this I can write potential energy is equal to minus ze square divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into 1 by r. Okay. Here also if I substitute, what is that? Since because r is equal to epsilon naught n square h square divided by pi m ze square, I can write what I can write? U is equal to minus ze square divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into, what is that? Pi into m into ze square divided by epsilon naught into n square into h square. Are you getting that? N square into h square. Now what I can write? See here. So here pi is getting cancelled. Now what is remaining? I will just rub here so that you can write. Okay, I will rub here. You can write here. What is the final value you are going to get? You are going to get U is equal to minus z square m into e to the power of 4 whole divided by 4 epsilon naught square. Here only 4 is remaining, so I am going to write 4 epsilon naught square n square h square. Okay, now this is the final value of potential energy in terms of n square. So let me keep this equation, let me put a bracket box, let me keep this equation as 2. Okay, let me keep this equation. So remember what is equation 1, remember what is equation 2. I am going to rub this. From this what I can write is, I can write the total energy. expression for total energy of electron. Expression for total energy of electron. Expression for total energy of an electron. Okay. Total energy E is given by K plus U. Are you getting that? E is given by K plus U. What is K? What is U? Let us try to understand. Okay. What is K here? From equation 1, what is K? K is given by Z square M e to the power of 4 divided by 8 epsilon naught square into N square into H square. Okay. Plus, what is potential energy? Minus of Z square M into e to the power of 4 divided by 4 epsilon naught square N square, sorry, this is epsilon naught square into H square. Are you getting that? So total energy will be, you multiply here by 2 into 2, what you are going to get? You are going to get as minus, you are going to get as minus Z square into M into e to the power of 4 divided by, here I am multiplying because to have a denominator same, 8 epsilon naught square N square H square. Okay, this is the final total energy of an electron. This much you have to write to grab a 5 marks. Sorry, you have to write this much to grab a 5 marks. Okay, this much you have to write. So this has to be 4 here. This has to be 4. Are you getting that? So here one more thing I missed. After this, still it has to be continued. Very easy. You have to remember patiently. You see this and solve for this. Z is equal to, for hydrogen atom, for hydrogen atom, Z is equal to 1. So I can write, what I can write? E is equal to, this is for nth orbit, energy of an electron for the nth orbit formula. For hydrogen atom, this will become equal to 1. You will get minus m e to the power of 4 divided by 8 epsilon naught square n square h square. Keep remember this derivation. This much you have to solve. If you solve this much, I believe you can score a good marks. Are you getting that? You can score a good marks. You will get complete marks, 5 marks. These are one of the important derivations. Next, certain still more important questions will be dealt in the next video. Thank you guys.